back, folks. Let's do this thing. Na, da, da, da. Welcome back. You're watching the Let's Play of Tides of Numenera by the one and only Grizz. And you're experiencing it with the rest of your wonderful Grizzly family. I love you guys, one and all, and thank you for coming on this journey with me. X2 Lift just signed on to Liquid. What? Team Liquid all the way, man. Team Liquid in every game they play is my favorite team. Not, biased or anything. It's not like my undying devotion to StarCraft is transferred over. As your consciousness coalesces, you find yourself in an underground bunker which is shaking from an attack far above. You stand mid-salute. We're talking to Paj Rakan's second-in-command, Lovak. 3 advisors sit behind him. Lovak shakes his synth-encased head and addresses you. Don't worry about the message, Barricale. It's been rendered moot. We're just lucky Commander Rakan made it out to Mila Vest alive. Made it out. Suspect that she missed that destruction by mere moments. She pretty much pieced out right before that happened. That was sketchy. A thunderous explosion rocks the bunker, sending everyone staggering. As you can see, we have troubles of our own, Lovak says, getting back to his feet. The changing god's latest ploy has paralyzed the reconciler of truth. Of course, Heaven's rejoinder remains functioning, which means we cannot reverse their successes while they can reverse ours. He shows you a strategy table, the 3-dimensional projection of the battlefield, in which they've been entrenched for hundreds and hundreds and possibly thousands of years. We are in more danger now of losing this war than since the first died. Paj Rakan thinks that the first is dead. I'm afraid I must send you out again, Barricale. We must save the Reconciler. How did the shields come down? Interesting. She found the Reconciler, a machine of the ancients, which allowed the user to look back at multiple versions of a recent event, like we're doing now, and lock reality onto the one that they liked best, like we're doing now, making it the only reality. Interesting. Heaven's Rejoinder, which can... So the changing god has come back with Rejoinder, which is rather convenient, which undoes those realities. Or undoes those realities. Since then, our war has become one of feint and counterfeint, and counter-counterfeint, and counter-counter-counterfeint, of competing and collapsing realities, where no battle is ever entirely won or completely lost, and where both sides always look for one final advantage. And it seems as if the Chalcedon, the changing god's general, may have found his advantage at last. With the Reconciler sabotaged and Heaven's Rejoinder well defended, we may never turn the tide. I'm ready to serve. Excellent. Friends, what are your suggestions? Our other fellows over here by the table? – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – –– Like, is this the thing that's been following us around, observing us all game? She looks somewhat familiar. Is that Matt Kina? I don't know. And I don't know who this hunched over, slightly goblin looking motherfucker is. A scarred female cast off in red armor speaks up. I recommend an all-out assault on the position of Heaven's Rejoinder. This will of course fail, but will give cover for Barricale to slip through the paths of the White Nest and reach the Rejoinder from behind. There, she can reset it, then destroy it. Then we will be the only side that can change history. I suggest that we use the reality storm that ravages no man's land to find the Saboteur. We can stop the Saboteur. This will return us to the status quo. I approve of either path. Okay. Tell me about the White Nest. Catacombs, where he breeds his war moths. Guess something like the Eagles in Lord of the Rings that saved the day. Well, they didn't save shit, actually. They came at the very end when nobody needed help anymore. That aside, war moths seem to be one of his important battle techniques. Once they sense your presence, they will not rest until you are dead. Won't be an easy approach. Okay, reality storm. Okay. Okay. We're going to stop the Saboteur. What the fuck? That is so cool. The art, man. Is there an art book that came with this, by the way? I want it, if there is one. Under heavy guard and with force shields and temporal randomizers in place. I always roll with those. Lovac escorts you to the edge of no man's land. It is scarred with trenches and thick with roiling smoke, but more unnerving are the drifting shards of time and reality that cross it like summer storms. Interesting. In one, great armies move. In another, towering constructs with glowing eyes burn the homes of fleeing villagers. And on, and on. Lovac points ahead. There, somewhere, is your path. Use your instincts to hunt this villain down, but take care. Too many jumps and you will enter realities where the storm is fading, the shards closing. You could be trapped in a distant reality with no way back. Jesus. Okay, we have to pick one. Okay. Strange as it seems, the scheme seems to be working. Some of the shards do not have the right smell at all, and you're able to discount them entirely. Some are harder to decide upon, but eventually you're able to narrow it down to 3. A moonlit lake, a canyon full of glancing sun and flitting shapes, and a storm of swirling chaos. 1, 2, or 3, what'll it be? Let's see, my company. What do you think? Moonlit lake, sunny canyon, swirling chaos. Where will we find the Saboteur? 1, 2, or 3. Friends. We're doing this as a family, the Grizzly family. We'll decide our fate together. We wouldn't know. I mean, okay, well, let's see. Perhaps a description that the guy gave us. Oh. Well, then. Okay, Moonlit Lake sounds real nice. I'm not sure. Okay, let's think about the mirrors we've been in so far. I can't think of anything that would point towards any one of these three. What about the descriptions we got from the advisors? I mean, I'm feeling Swarm of Chaos. Yeah, exactly. Swirling Chaos sounds like an awful place, and the other two sound nice. Is Swirling Chaos how we're gonna end up somewhere where we can't escape from? Okay, Moonlit Lake or Swirling Chaos. We're down to 2. Okay. Heads, it's Lake. Tails, it's Chaos. And... yeah, it's fucking Chaos. Here we go. Ah, God. I choose you, Pikachu Cthulhu. Here we go. Insects swarm around you in great clouds. Their buzzing becomes an inhuman howl. Then you notice that they are not insects, but tiny constructs. They're also not interested in you, though they bump into you constantly. Instead, they're battling each other, circling and swooping at impossible speeds. It's a vicious battle, and it appears it has been going on for some time. You are knee-deep in tiny carcasses. It's funny when you kind of take a further perspective back on what is essentially all battle, huh? Ahead of you, the insects buzz in and out of the drifting shards of the reality storm. You hurry to it, but find only one that matches the scent of the gloves. The one you just came from. Shit. Okay. Well, we checked that out. Let's take a look at where we are again. Okay, No Man's Land. Yep. Okay. Moonlit Lake or Sunny Canyon. The other one we chose was Moonlit Lake, so let's go there. You're floating in a dark lake next to a large square raft. On it, kneeling in perfect rows, are 100 women, all bald, all with strange brass devices on their backs, and all praying. In unison, they press their foreheads to the planks and the devices open. A vapor rises from them, then combines into a twisting white column which snakes towards the far side of the shore. Send him through the moon door, mommy. You didn't fight with honor. Nah, but he did. Isn't that how that scene goes? Where you, spoiler alert, throws the guy through the moon door? Yeah, canyon time. You stand at the edge of a sunlit canyon watching an aerial battle between naked men and women, hot, strapped into wood and cloth glide wings. Half the wings bear the colors of the changing god, the other half bear the firsts. It's kind of like a... what was that extra fabulous comic? Fuck that guy. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. What's this? Team A, Team B, Team A. Wow. Fuck that guy. Kind of reminds me of the conflict going on. We got Team A, we got Team B, we got red, we got blue. They poke at each other with long razored poles. Okay. 3 shards feel promising. A dense forest at night, rolling farmland, or a setting sun. Yeah, fuck that guy. So last one was sunny. I'm going rolling. Fuck. Let's go muddy battlefield. Hmm. On a muddy battlefield battered with rain and littered with bodies and broken mantis war constructs, the Chalcedon stands with the rest of his command as Paj Reckon and her generals kneel before him, and she offers him her sword. All around the scene, the Chalcedon soldiers are leading away Paj's surviving troops, both cast off and human. There aren't many left. Most are dead in the field and being picked over by Murden corpse thieves. Those crow people. Time to be a farmer. Yeah, fuck this. I'm out. Uh, last cast off. I'm gonna have the last farm, man. I'm taking the next couple hundred years off. We're chilling. Beyond them, you can just see the reality storm's shifting ripples. You hurry through the rain towards them, and as you get close, 3 of them seem better than the others. Okay. Giant bonfires, frantic fire, glimmering swamp. Let's go. Bonfires. In the glow of raging bonfires, huge teams of slaves haul on ropes dragging 2 50-meter high wheeled statues toward each other as overseers crack whips across their backs. The statues are crude representations of the changing god and the first made of painted wood. Wow, this is a big battle. Jesus. And upon each of their heads stands a hero, cloak flapping, sword at the ready, screaming amplified insults at the other in a language you do not understand. Sort of an Achilles versus your best champion sort of situation. You don't wait to see the statues and their heroes collide. Instead, you race for the reality storm, just visible in the darkness beyond the fires, but only the shard you left matches the scent of the gloves. Okay, we're back in the muddy battlefield to try again. Glimmering swamp or frantic battle? Swamp. It's night. You're hip deep in a stinking swamp, watching hideously mutated primitives flee through a maze of reeds and dropping trees as soldiers in the colors of the first stalk them, firing beam weapons. Oh god. Got some technology happening here. You back into the shadows of 2 of the soldiers past your position, and you see that they are not human. Though they walk upright on their hind legs and have paws with opposable thumbs, their Seski hounds somehow evolved into humanoid shape. Okay. Looks like that was the right one. As the hunt vanishes again into the night, you see the shimmer of reality storm through the trees, and approaching it, you find that 3 of the shards seem more likely than the rest. A gloomy battlefield, an arena full of roaring crowds, and a maze of grimy gray streets. So battlefields haven't really worked out for us too much. Roaring arena seems pretty cool. I'm feeling number 3 though. Grimy streets. You're on a grimy street in a city of gray brick. Plastered on every wall are posters of the changing god, looking noble with underneath the motto, Unchanging. A troop of armored police march past. We've got like a alternate reality with a dystopia going on here. Grimy, grim goats. Yep. The people cringe back from them. You step into an alley and find yourself among a ragtag gang in the colors of the first, who watch the police. Yeah, so like a little rebellion in this dystopic world. Yeah, so it looks like that one didn't work. Oh shit. We made too many jumps. Oh, we're making too many. Roaring arena or gloomy battlefield? 1 or 2. What do we do? I'll ask you. Yeah, that's what I was leaning towards. You find yourself in the stands of a large arena surrounded by a cheering, boozy crowd. On the grass-covered floor of the arena, 2 teams of men and women in heavy padded armor play some sort of game that involves whacking a hovering orb with wooden clubs and knocking each other down. It's like super metal Quidditch. You are helping. My Grizzlies, you are helping. Hardship. Go, gods. Come on, cast-offs, calls the other. Oh, fuck. Took the wrong one. A train of transport sleds glides to a stop on a desolate battlefield, and Pajrakan steps out with a command and looks around. Far as the eye can see, the field is covered in corpses, both outcast and human, burned to sticks inside their uniforms. There are no living troops at all. The only movement is the roiling smoke that rises from the broken husks, hulks of shattered war machines. Paz chokes to see it all. Is this what victory looks like? What have we done? What have we done? Here we go. Reconciler of Truth, here we go. Landing near the Reconciler, you see none of the guards are usually protected, nor the walls nor doors that shield it. In fact, it isn't in the chamber at all. Instead, it seems to be in some sort of bubble outside time and space. You circle it and find, crouching by the far side of it, a wiry man in dark armor. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is worth it. Focused on cutting through the metal skin, you recognize him as Zoranth, one of the Chalcedon's wiliest operatives, who Burkale has tangled with more than once. As you creep up on him, he whips around, alarmed. He throws his hand in front of him, pleading. "Bruna," he gasps. "Wait, hear me out. I have information you need to know." Tell me. Tell me your information. You know that the sorrow has destroyed Milavest, yes? Well, know that it was your commander, Pajrakan, who dropped the compound's shields and allowed it to enter. The timelines are fucking crazy right now. Am I traveling into the future, into just another reality, to the side, into another alternative past? Because these are all things that have just happened, as far as I know. Maybe we're just hopping through space? You know, a couple of galaxies hopping around. That's why she was there and how she escaped in time. He snarls, overcome. Milavest has always been a place of peace. Paj broke that truce. So many of our brothers and sisters dead. More than ever died in this foolish war. He looks at you in the eye. I know you to be an honorable opponent, Bruna, but your leader is savage and insane. If you care for the future of the cast-offs, go back to her and confront her. Stop her from killing any more of us. What even is time? So everyone's trying to kill all the cast-offs. You think I am going to fight Barricale, the living blade? I am no fool. He bows and steps away from the Reconciler, then turns and dives through a reality shard and is gone. As he leaves, the bubble around the machine fades and it returns to its proper place and time. You turn to the shards to do the same. Is this guy chill or nah? We don't know. We retrace our steps through the reality storm and return to Lovik's bunker. Success, my friend. Whatever you did, the Reconciler is operational once again. and we have recovered our recent losses. I have told Padge Rakan of your heroism, and she wants to thank you personally. Go to her now. She's in the bloom. Meeting with the Memavira. I believe she has more. Whoa, all the timelines are gonna coalesce here, I'm thinking. I believe she has more work for you there. Siranth told me Commander Rakan was the one who turned off Milavest's shields, allowing the Sorrow to kill our siblings. Lies, most likely. Meant to turn you against our commander. I would not speak of this foolnish to her when you see her. It will lower her opinion of you. Now go. Thank you. My regards to the commander. With a bow, you leave the bunker and make your way to the Zydrake roost. Though you mount the Drake, the grooms have saddled for you and fly towards Sagas Cliffs. When you reach it, you bank down into its shadow and the land near the living, glistening mountain of flesh that is the bloom. The guards at the nearest orifice tell you the way to the Memavira's fortress, and after entering and traveling through the bloom's viscera and ventricles, you reach her gates. Her guards admit you without a word, and you are ushered into an antechamber and told to wait. From behind a door, you hear the voice of Padge Rakan, raised in frustration. The first cast-off. Which one? I think it's this one. I think that's Padge Rakan. If the Sorrow is strong enough to enter Milavest, then it is our primary enemy. We must either finish the Changing God quickly or unite with him to destroy it. Is she just trying to hurry an end to this war? Is that what's going on here? You have it reversed, sister. We will use the Sorrow to destroy the Changing God. All we must do is turn it his way. Padge groans. And I'm to take this message to the survivors? That they should let the monster which killed us walk free, hoping it might strike our enemy first? Why don't you tell them, sister? Why not reveal yourself at last? The door slides open, and the Memavira enters. It isn't time. Who is this? Barricale. She's earned your respect. She better be loyal indeed. Introduce us. The first, our brave leader. Commander Rakan brought me her best. Are you ready to do anything to stop the Changing God?
Making a note.
Marilel sent me to await the arrival of the Changing God's last child. The Sorrow did not attack the compound until I'd returned and reported. I told you the last child was in the compound, and then the Sorrow attacked it. Sister, please tell me those two events are not related. Please. The child had to be killed, said the first. I knew of no better way to do it. You... Padge said, staring. You let them die? Our siblings? Adaris? Not all, says the first. To save the vast majority of our siblings, I was forced to risk the deaths of a few at the compound. Wasted. The child escaped. So the child is us, I think. The last cast-off. The weapon to end the war, perhaps? You could have let me warn the dearest others loyal to us. Anyone you warned might have warned the child. It was impossible. Paz shouts, then you should have ordered me to bring Adaris here. I didn't have to know why, and any pretense would have been done. Instead, you allowed Adaris. Adaris was a mother to us all, interrupted the first. Too kind-hearted by far for the coming conflict. Paz stares again. You let her die, deliberately. The first turns from Paz. A leader's decisions are never easy. You should know that by now. Okay. Now we know all the secrets. Will we still serve? Will we see this to its conclusion? Okay, so Bash killed everyone. The first is conniving. I guess all these are. It's some sort of like royal fucked up family. Or I can take this body and try and kill the first. If I do what the first wants me to, she's probably going to tell me to attack the me that's outside this mirror. And then we have a boss fight there or something. Paj, probably. What does Paj want? She wants to end the war by turning the sorrow on the changing god. What do we do? God. I don't know. What do I want? I really don't want any of these. Yeah. I know what I'll do. That's the end of this episode. See you on the next one.